All right. So when are we gonna raise the minimum wage? Right? Like when's that actually gonna happen? Or it's supposed to happen? Well, we wanted it to happen. We voted the you know Democrats won the presidency, and that they had the Senate sort of, though it's not going well currently, uh, with Joe Manchin and pretty much Joe Manchin, right? Anyways, point is, it's 2021. It is, what's today's date? It is October 1st, 2021. The minimum wage is still $7.25. Still, federal minimum wage is still $7.25. Still, that's not good. Like what are we doing? Like the country, like what? Like can't we? Like what are we doing? So I was able to pull up some charts. I did fact check these against other websites, other sources, but I picked up the ones that look the best. But these are pretty equivalent to what I've found in other places. Slightly different. People seem to have different um, measurements based on like the inflation level. The non-inflation level is the same on all the sites. The inflation level, it varies a bit per source and website, but it's pretty much close to what this is, right? So obviously, 1938. This is inflation versus what's that? Regular minimum wage, right? So obviously, we were pretty bad down here. 1920s, 1930s, probably not the greatest time. And then we hit our war boom going up here. World War, get where World War II was. World War II date. Okay, so it's pretty much directly coincide with. Well, I took a little bit for the war boom to get up there, but after World War II, it was kind of the uphill from there till '68. Uh, what year did Reagan get elected? Wait, Reagan. Oh, wait, 81. So Reagan didn't get elected till somewhere over here, maybe here or here. I wish this graph was better. So who was president in 1968? Let's look up that. Huh? 1968 president. Lyndon B. Johnson. Oh. So Richard Nixon won in 1968. Then why does this say Lyndon B. Johnson? Was that the previous president then? Okay, yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson, 1964 to 1968. And then, so it should be Nixon. Yeah, so Nixon. Okay. So here's when Nixon got elected. Nixon. Oh, okay. It just went tanked. And then I'm not sure what he can resign or whatever, went up a little bit. And then someone just continued the tanking. And we've pretty much been stagnant since. God, again, this map kind of sucks. But probably 90s, maybe. We hit our peak. then Nixon got elected, and our peak was done. And then Reagan was somewhere over here. He probably finished this curve right here. That's kind of funny. But so obviously we're in pretty stagnant. Last 10 years, it's been going down. Last 10 years, our kind of millennial Zoomer generation not had the greatest time. Even though the stock market's been doing quite well, uh, we've had some ups and downs over the course of, I guess, 10 years. I guess it goes down. I guess we don't react very well to fixing this issue and make it more static, as the government's not great on that. So if we follow the trend here, we probably maybe bounce back up eventually after going maybe down some more. But again, this is 2018. We're in 2021, almost approaching 2022. And so this is probably like with the inflation minimum wage is probably going down. It's probably not great. We're not doing all that much better than our 1938 counterparts here. We're not doing all that much better. A little bit better, but not all that much better, honestly. Oh, yeah, so my point was, right, when are we going to fix this, right? So, obviously, this minimum wage hasn't been great for a while, right? People report here, people report here. So obviously it needs to be somewhere up here, but we haven't done anything about that in quite some time. So there's another kind of chart statistic that people have that I've seen, and this is if you track productivity, and so productivity has gone way up, whereas wages have been kind of stagnant and down since then, since the 70s. And so productivity, it's kind of confusing as to what they mean by productivity, but it seems to be like, improvements in manufacturing and just improvements in what people can buy, right? And improvements and and then also the advent of the kind of the digital stuff, coding, email, stuff that makes work generally more efficient. And so we've increased in productivity by a ton with all this new technology, but the profit has not gone to the average middle class. So that's kind of the problem. If kind of the productivity and profit had been the same as was happening here, right, then the middle class would be way up here. So that would be equivalent to about $20 an hour for minimum wage. But obviously, this one isn't. Well, this one's based on inflation data, right? Yeah. Okay, it's would have been better as non-inflation data, but so we would be significantly. It's hard to compare like what this is would be today is. So we're paying like 725, which is the we're at 619 now. So anyways, it would be significantly, it took more than $20. This one says 25, so probably more than 25 then. So 25 plus minimum wage if the profits of the increase in productivity were distributed to, the regular folk and wages and stuff like that. So when people say, we can't afford to pay workers higher, the productivity says that we can't, because clearly this productivity, this came from, what website did this come from? I've seen it on multiple websites, but oh god, heritage. I'm not touching heritage. Your research, CPR, Centers for Economic Policy and Research. So I'm not sure how accurate this is. I mean, it came from CPR, which this came from Bureau of Labor Statistics. And Huffington Post wrote on it. So I guess there is a couple sources. So it seems to be fairly legit that productivity, though I don't know exactly what their calculations are. I mean, like roughly, but not the exact numbers. But basically, we're getting fucked. We're getting fucked. The middle class, average person, minimum wage has seen our share of the wealth just like tank, while all the productivity profits go to you know who. So when are we raising the middle wage? Like what? I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I guess there's nothing we can do about it other than keep voting, right? But that was supposed to be on the agenda, Joe Biden's agenda, and I think it was for a little bit. But I don't know. Joe Biden didn't talk about it that much. Bernie did. Bernie Sanders did. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like a big issue for a lot of the other Democrats, and even Joe Biden. Mentioned it a couple times, but not all that much. And so I don't know if it's going to get done under Joe Biden, but it's pretty bad, and we're in bad shape. So we need to put pressure that really needs to be a priority, and otherwise we're just continue to be absolutely fucked. When is so if I type in minimum wage increased federal, when are we going to get anything? That's the office. If I type in news, I'm sure that there's probably no news, right? These are individual states, Ohio. So some states are doing it, but the federal minimum wage, this was in July. Yeah, failed. So it's kind of done for now. There's no new news on it. So by the time we actually get to raising the minimum wage, it's going to need to be more than $15, right? It's going to need to be like 17, 18, maybe 20. By the time we actually get to 15 might have been okay, in the beginning of the Joe Biden presidency, but by the time and the years we actually get to it, like, why isn't this like where is the controversy? Where is the push? Where is the Democrats getting mad at no minimum wage increase? Where people get mad at so much stuff, but it's just not here. No one's getting mad. At least it's not on the news. People like me maybe don't like it. Your average person doesn't like it, but the news doesn't really is not covering any major outrage on it. And so we're down here somewhere. So we're probably right now with the inflation, we're probably below any time other than the 50s, 40s area. We're probably down here. Well, this said 619, and so it's gonna be down here. So we're probably it's really bad. It's really bad. Uh, so if a candidate isn't on board with increasing the minimum wage, I would question their progressiveness. To question's a nice word. Being I maybe would call them not a progressive at all, because this is real bad. So yeah, keep I don't know, try to bring it up and try to get people to care about the minimum wage, because otherwise people are going to continue to be more refract. All right. Thanks. See you later. Bye.